Hello everybody, welcome back with Outdoor Living with Scott and Isa, or Scott and Isa's Outdoor Living. What is it?
Scott and Isa Outdoor Living.
Scott and Isa Outdoor Living. Today we're going to be talking about planting seeds. We are 12 weeks away from the last frost, approximately, so we want to start getting our seeds that are going to take a little bit longer so that we can get them in the ground as soon as we can.
We're in zone 6A in Laval, and most seeds packet will tell you in the back how many weeks prior to last frost that you have to plant them. So for us, we're going to be planting today all the ones that are for 8 to 12 weeks before last frost. Pretty much this includes our onions, tomatoes, peppers, celery, sunflowers, and as well as we're gonna plant just a few cabbage, broccolis, cauliflower, and kale. We will plant some later on in the season as well, though. Okay.
So some of the seeds that we're going to be planting are going to be organic, non-GMO, and some of our own seeds that we saved from last year. So when we buy seeds from stores, if I see organic seeds, we'll pick them up, you know. But if there's a big price difference between organic seeds and non-organic seeds, or if we just can't find organic seeds, not a big deal. We're just gonna grab what we have available. We've been looking through these packages. I was trying to find an example where it says non-GMO on the seeds. I can't seem to find any in the ones that we have, but you'll often see these on the package, non-GMO, when you're at your big box stores looking for seeds. Pretty much it's a sales pitch, non-GMO, because ultimately all the seeds that you buy are non-GMO. You cannot buy seeds that are genetically modified at a gardener level. Those genetically modified seeds, they're for like big farms. So the non-GMO thing is just a sales pitch. You know, put a non-GMO sticker on the side of it, charge a little bit more. So for our everyday gardeners, everything's non-GMO. So don't worry about that. And then the other seeds that we're going to be doing are our own seeds, the ones that we harvested last year, the ones that we saved. There's specific ways to save seeds, like tomato plants. You have to go through a fermenting stage. It was new to us last year, and we tested them out a couple weeks ago, and they all fired off. So we're excited to try our own seeds.
And we will be showing in a video this fall how to save the seeds from your own tomatoes and peppers and all that. First of all, we're going to be planting in different containers today. We have quite a bit of tomato plants that we want to... We saved seeds from 22 or 24 different kind of plants.
Yeah.
And for each of them, we'll be planting 2 to 4 seeds. Most likely like 2 pods with 2 seeds in each, and we'll get rid of the leggy ones or the weak ones, and we'll just keep the stronger ones so that we can have 2 plants of each to make sure that they survive until it's time to put them in the garden. The hope is to have 1 plant of everything for us, for the tomatoes anyways. We've been adding water to our pods. These are the Jiffy dirt pellets, and they come in a mini greenhouse like we showed in a prior video. If you want more details about what we use, you can go watch the video called Where to Start, Par où commencer. So this is what we're going to be planting the peppers in.
Sure, why not?
Let's do peppers. Hungarian peppers, banana peppers, yellow peppers, red bell peppers. I believe we have some jalapenos. We have some mystery peppers. Maybe those are the jalapenos. And we also have red chili peppers.
So just to make it clear, the mystery peppers, when we were saving our pepper seeds, they fell off of what we were saving them on, and we couldn't remember where they came from or figure them out because, you know, they all look the same. So we're just gonna grow them and see what happens.
Yep. So pretty much for each pods, once we added the water, they start blowing up like this. And what we're gonna do, they already come with a hole at the top. We're just gonna go with a little pokey, you could take whatever you have, it could be a pencil even, and we'll just loosen up a little bit the dirt, but we're not gonna be digging that much, because the way it works with seeds is depending of the size of the seed, it will tell you how deep to put it. So for peppers, because they are so tiny, we don't need to put them deep, so you don't need to poke through and then bury over. You really just have to cover it up a little bit with the dirt afterwards.
When the seeds sprout, all the energy that they're going to need to grow, to get out of the soil, is in that seed. He's not going to be taking any energy from anywhere else up until, and once he pokes out, he's going to have the sun to help photosynthesize.
Once they start growing, they will grow 2 baby leaves, and then after that they will have 2 leaves that will look different. Those leaves are the real leaves of the plant. Once those come out, then we can transplant them into a bigger container. Yellow peppers, these 2, right? These 2 are yellow red peppers, Kales. For now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark. I have a chalk crayon.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like ABC. And then what we'll do is we'll do a sheet that we will write on it 1, 2, 3, 4 and ABCD, and then we will be able to write the kind of plants that we are planting, or growing rather, in those pods. Oops. Maybe next time do that before putting the water in. Oops, I'll go that way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No, F to F. The sticks will be better when we're doing them into containers. We also have containers that we will be planting in later on. So as you can see, I put my numbers on top and I put my letters on the side so that I can keep track with how I wrote them inside my tray. So we have yellow bell peppers for A1 and B1.
All right, and let's continue with the rest. So now that we got them planted, we've put the little cover on to help keep it nice and moist inside and retain a little bit of heat in there. And once we start to see the sprouts start poking out, we got to remove that. You got to pull it off and
turn on the lights.
Turn on the light.
This one here will be for tomatoes. That's the one that we were talking about in our other video.
So now we have the tray with 72 cavities. We've decided to use this one for our tomatoes because we are planning on having a lot of tomatoes. It's pre-moistened, and Isabelle's going to be starting to pop them in the holes. It's the same process as we did with the peppers, except this one just has a few more. One important thing though is when you water your plants is to water them from the bottom. These trays are designed, they have holes in them, so they will wick the water up into the soil to where your seed is. So have it pre-moistened, and then the wicking will be a lot easier and faster. And it'll just continue. So you want to make sure that you don't let these dry out at all, especially when they're seedlings. They'll have no strength. They'll have no chance. So it's very important that you water them. You don't want to overwater them to where they're floating, but they do need to be moist. All right, so we just finished planting the 72
tomato plants.
72 tomato plants. Or I'm going to put these under the light right away. After we just top up the bottom, we're just going to fill it up a bit with water and leave them there and let them do their thing. All right, so I had the tomato plants at their home for the next few weeks, and now we're gonna do the onions.
So for now, what we have, like, we're not actually planting the big onions right away. We're just planting green onions and red onions as well. Okay, these ones are the green onions from MI Gardener, those seeds that we got from the States. We moisten the dirt. And so we put about this many seeds in each one of them.
How many
which
is that,
is
like
about
50?
Yeah, about that. About 50 seeds in each one of them. And what it's going to do is they're going to grow into a cluster. And when it's going to be time to put them in dirt, we'll just softly remove the whole thing and then like put water to wash off the roots so that we can easily split them apart and then plant them in the garden.
So with onions, when you're planting these onions, you just basically sprinkle them on top. They're a very small seed. Like I mentioned before, these little seeds, they don't have a lot of energy to push to the top before they get the sunlight. So we just sprinkle them on top, and then we put a small layer of dirt on top, a very thin layer. And then we want to water from the bottom. If you water from the top, what's going to happen is it's going to push all the seeds off into one corner or into one spot. They're not going to remain uniform. So that's why we do that.
And then we also have regular red onion seeds from ours that we grew last year. They sprouted a flower last year, so we just let it go. We didn't eat that onion, we just let it grow for the seeds. And hopefully we have more that will do this again this year.
So to get your onions to seed, you need to forget about a couple onions when you harvest them. Leave those bulbs in the ground, and then the next year when they come up, they're going to produce flowers. They're not going to be any good to eat. They're going to be really woody or stocky. So they're only good for the seeds. So sacrifice a couple. That way next year we have some seeds.
Before we go, we just want to show you how we organize our seeds so that it's easier to follow where we're at in the plant, like in the seedling season. What we have here is a container that has different compartments to it. And we just, with a little piece of tape, we just write when they're due to be planted. So we have direct sow. These ones are 8 to 12 weeks before frost. Before the last frost.
Yeah.
Then we have our flowers. We have 3 to 4 weeks before the last frost. And we also have our sprouts because we like to eat different sprouts in our salads and sandwiches. So we also grow these, but we grow them indoors in mason jars instead. We'll show this during another video.
That's it.
So we organize them like this, and that way whenever we need to go seed outdoors, we can just grab this and we know that, oh, direct sow, it's all gonna be in here what we need to plant. And we just thought it was a cool thing to purchase to stay organized.
It's quicker too, instead of reading through all your packets of seeds.
Yeah.
If you have them organized.
We have a gardening journal, and we keep track of when we're planting stuff, when it's due to be planted, so that way we can better organize our gardening season. And in there we can also write how many of each we harvested, so that at the end of the year you see what's working, what's not working, if we've had problems with pests and whatnot. So it's a good way to keep track of everything for your garden. And for whoever subscribes to our YouTube channel, by sending us a message afterwards by email, we will send you the PDF form of this journal if you want to print it home, so that you can also keep track just like we do here. So please go at it. Just subscribe. Give us a thumbs up whenever we post a video. Send us an email saying that you would like to have, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and that you would like to receive the free PDF, and we will send it to you.
Excellent. Until next time.
Until next time.
Thank you.